What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with some hot topics, you guys. This is going to be the week's hottest topics for the week of July the 2nd through July the 8th, you guys. Can you believe it? We are already in July, and we are a week away from my birthday, literally almost. Saturday will be a week until my birthday. But that's neither here nor there. These are the hot topics for this week. So I can say right now that not a lot happened, but there are some things that happened that we shall discuss. So if you guys are watching this video or any other on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed to the channel, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You guys can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and you also share the video, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let us discuss what is hot and what is trending this week, shall we? All right, you guys, so we got to start off on a sad note. Once again, it feels like it's becoming the norm now to talk about these shootings, these mass killings. It's getting irritating, it's getting frustrating. It's just a lot, right? It seems like it's happening now every week. I don't know what to say. And I don't even know how many we were. So we had the shooting this week on 4th of July and in Highland Park, Illinois. You guys, we've had the one out there here in Texas in Uvalde at the elementary school, which they're still talking about that here in Texas still today. And they're saying that this could have been avoided. We had the one in Buffalo at the grocery store. It's just like I've been saying, for every time we talk about a mass shooting, it's getting to the point where you can't be safe going anywhere. Like 7 people have lost their lives. For what? For what is the real question. What did those people lose their lives for? Absolutely nothing. So I was actually, sitting around on the 4th of July, and I turned the news. I had the TV on, and I saw a breaking news alert come through, and you could see that there were some kids who were in a marching band, and then you see them stop, and they just start running. I was like, what the hell is going on now? And then that's when I, turned it up, and I was like, talking about another shooting. It makes no sense to me. It doesn't make any sense to me. What, like, they don't even know what honestly, can he have a motive? That's the honest question. Can this kid have a motive? You're shooting people you don't know. So what motive can you possibly have to do this to innocent people? There are children there. You could have hit kids. It just makes no sense. But like I said, 7 people have lost their lives. I think that they said that there are 30 people who are just injured because of this. So this kid, and the interesting thing about this is he went in a disguise. He went dressed up. He had a wig on. He had women's clothing on. But you didn't disguise your tattoos. And when I saw them arrest him, I was like, oh, so y'all can take him in without any incident. But if you guys have you guys heard that story about that young black boy out there in, I think it's Akron, in Ohio? I think it was like a routine traffic stop. He didn't stop. They chased him. He got out the car. They say that when he got out the car, he turned around and they thought that maybe he had a gun, and I know one of them pulled for their taser, but instead they put 60 rounds into him. And it's just like, wow, it's one person versus you guys. I think that that's excessive. Even if you do believe he has a gun, you're supposed to neutralize the threat, right? But when it comes to someone who looks like this, they don't necessarily believe in neutralizing the threat. I see. They don't believe in neutralizing the threats. But this kid who was playing target practice with people, you guys take him in easily, easy peasy. I don't. I have no words. I really don't. I really, really don't. So to go deeper into this right now, so I know that I was listening to the news yesterday, and they were talking about this boy's father. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, this boy is 21 years old. I don't know his name. I don't care what his name is because I'm not going to say his name. But he's 21 years old, and he, on top of this shooting, he had planned to drive somewhere else and commit and do another one, but they got to him in time. And I think they said he had 3 guns on him. So his father assigned a release for him to be able to go and legally purchase these guns. And this goes back to my issue with these damn Republicans. So this boy had already been, basically red flagged. He had, the police had visited his home because he had threatened to unlive himself. And I hate to say this, and it might come off, very rude, but it's just how I feel. If he had threatened to unlive himself, I would have really preferred if he had done that instead of doing what he did to these people. So he had issues. The police had been out because of that. The police had been out because he had threatened to unlive his family members. And then I was listening to the news, and they said that the dad said that, they never really saw any signs that this could happen. I'm like, you never saw any signs, but the police had been out to your home on multiple occasions to deal with him, and him threatening you guys and him threatening himself, but you never saw any warning signs or anything like that. I would love to understand how that makes any logical sense to anyone. So now the last thing I heard was, I know that they are looking into potentially, putting some charges against the father for him being able to get that gun and committing what he doing what he did, and rightfully so. It's just this world. I don't know what's becoming of this world at this point, or more specifically the US. I just don't know what is going on with the US. There are so many issues in the US that need to be fixed. And like I said, and I think I even spoke about this last week when I talked about the fact that the Republicans had there was a bipartisan bill that was passed that President Biden did sign, and that bipartisan bill was with the gun reform, but they refused to do anything about red flags. And to me, that makes no sense why these Republicans are so dead set against people who are red flagged. Why should someone who has a checkered past, and I'm not saying that just because you have a red flag, well, yes, actually, yes, I am going to say this. So I'm about to say, I'm not saying that a person with a red flag shouldn't be shouldn't be able to never purchase a gun. Yes. If someone has something as extreme as suicidal thoughts, someone is as extreme as threatening their families, to unlive them, abuse to animals, anything like that. Someone who has that amount of stuff against them, if they can do things to a helpless, defenseless animal, if they can threaten their families, if they can threaten themselves, I don't think that person should ever be in possession of a gun. Excuse me, guys, didn't mean to spit. I don't think that person should ever be in possession of a gun, ever in life. That person should never, and I mean never, be in possession of a gun. I'm not saying anyone who has a mental health issue. I'm saying anyone who has history that is reminiscent of that. Because if they can do that, who knows what they are truly capable of. And I think that's the issue that I have with these Republicans. But at the end of the day, the Republicans are not going to do anything. They're not going to do anything. And we can say vote, we can say vote, we can say vote. But sometimes I'm starting to wonder just how far our vote goes, right? Because even some of the Democrats are not that, they're not the best either. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword when you think about it. But something definitely needs to be done when it comes to these red flags. That is something that still to me, I just don't understand why they don't want to do anything about the red flags. Because if you do a red flag, that could, there are so many things that could be done that could eliminate these mass shootings. There are so many things that can be done. So many things that can be done. Speaking of, I was listening to the news, and this is the saddest part of this whole situation. That 2-year-old little boy who is now an orphan. So there was a husband and a wife who was sitting next to his parents while the parade was going on, and when the shooting, he started shooting. I think he got lost. He got separated from his parents, and this couple found him, and they put out a Facebook post or something like that, and come to find out, both of his parents are deceased at this point. So this baby is an orphan. So I know that they gave him to his paternal grandparents or his maternal. No, because his mother's not from the U.S. That is so sad that little boy is now an orphan. Like, what are the odds that, it's a possibility that at least one parent can be gone, but the fact that both of his parents, oh, that poor little baby, that poor child. But you guys, let me know what you guys thought about it. Let me know what you guys think about this. Again, I just really feel like something needs to be done, but I don't think that anything is going to be done, unfortunately. But let's discuss it in the comments, and let's pause here, you guys, and let's move forward. All right, you guys, so next up, let's talk about Macy Gray. So I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't even know a Macy Gray song to save my life. But Macy Gray, she was on Piers Morgan, and I don't know how the conversation came up. All I saw was this, the backlash and the snippets of it. So in the comments, you guys can feel free. Let me know what you guys think about what Macy Gray said. Are you upset with Macy? Are you not upset with Macy? I know there are people talking about canceling Macy Gray. Okay. I'm not canceling Macy Gray because, again, I don't know Macy Gray's music like that. I'm never really been a big, huge Macy Gray fan, so she gonna still do what she gonna do. But she, like I said, she was on Piers Morgan, so she made the comment of, she's talking about trans women and the fact that, she respects trans women's pronouns as, she and her. And that's really all she could have left. She could have easily just left it at that. But she went one step further and she said, because just because and I am paraphrasing, but she's saying it to the extent that just because a trans woman, you know, changes her appearance to look like a woman, be more feminine, you're still not a naturally born woman. And my thing is, when it comes to a trans woman and a trans man, I believe that they know that they weren't biologically born that way. I don't think any trans man or woman is going to say to you that, yeah, I was born this way. I know that I know that I was born a woman. I know that I was born. I don't think that any trans man or woman is going to say that. The thing that you hear from most trans men and trans women is the fact that they feel when they were born in the wrong body. And as they get older, that's when they start to do the hormone replacements for women, for men and women. For a man transitioning to a woman, he starts to he softens his features. So I don't believe that a trans man and a trans woman necessarily believe that they were born a biological woman or a man. But like I said, she could have just easily left it at, I respect your pronouns. And if she had said that, I don't think she would have gotten. I know she wouldn't have. She wouldn't have gotten the backlash that she's gotten. But was she wrong? Technically, no. But the way that she said, the way things, and I think what people have to remember is our words have the words have meanings, and the way you say things can also convey a different message. You could be saying it in the most positive way, but what you say and how you say it could come off totally different to someone else. So yeah, I feel like she could have just easily just left it at with trans men and trans women, I respect their pronouns. That's it. That's all. And she would have been fine. Do I believe that Macy Gray is going to be canceled? Absolutely not. The people who love Macy Gray are going to continue to support her. The people who weren't supporting her before are going to continue to do the same, not support her. But I don't think Macy Gray is going to be canceled. I don't believe that she's going to be canceled. I don't agree nor disagree with what she said. I just wish she had said it in a different way. Like, there are so many different ways that we can say what we want to say and be nice about it. Like I always say, we say what we say, but we make sure to keep it nice. I haven't said that in quite a while, but we say what we say, but just make sure we keep it nice. So yeah, I mean, she just could have easily said it in a different tone. I'm not even gonna say a different tone. She just could have straight out said, I respect their pronouns. Bam, bam, done. Because again, I just don't know what trans man or trans woman believes that they were born a actual man or woman. But I do want to know what you guys think. I do want to know what you guys think about the situation with Macy. Are you on Macy's side? Are you mad at Macy? Do you think Macy could have? Do you feel like I feel she could have just easily left it as she respects their pronouns, or do you think, well, JB, she said what she said it, like she won line. Please feel free, chime in. I'm all ears. Nothing. You can't say. Just don't say any. If as long as you don't say anything transphobic in the comments, we're fine. But let me know what you guys think about that. And we are going to pause here, you guys, and we're going to move on. All right, you guys. So the next story up that I want to talk about. So did you guys? I was on Twitter. No. I was on Instagram the other day. So while I was on Instagram, I happened to be scrolling up my timeline, and I saw this lady in a bikini on a handstand, and she was twerking. And I was like, okay, excuse me, y'all. I was like, okay, that ain't that bad. Come to find out, she is a senator, I believe, in Rhode Island. So she's up for re-election, right? And she was twerking to get the votes. And in the comments section, I saw so many different responses from it. Some people were here for it. Some people were dead set against it. They're like, "You're a senator and you're twerking," and some people were like, "Get it, sis." But the woman is still, she's still a senator. She's graduated college. Like me personally, did I think she could have done something different than twerking for her votes? Yeah, she could have. But I mean, she felt like that's what she wanted to do, and she did it. But I don't understand I don't understand the backlash. I guess people are saying that, it could be a negative against, it could be like, oh, look at them and what they look at them. But I mean, let's be real, you guys. Let's keep it 100% honest and real with each other. If that was a white woman with a fat ass twerking, nobody would have had a thing to say about what she was doing. I, I don't. Me personally, I just didn't have an issue with it. I didn't have a big issue with it. I really didn't. The more I sit and think about it, and when I was thinking about it, I'm like, shit, she gonna get a lot of men's vote. If she don't get anything else, she's gonna get a whole hell of a lot of men's vote, just for that alone, just for twerking her ass. She's gonna get a lot of votes from men, and hell, maybe that's what her intention was. I don't know what her intention was. But then I also want to preface by saying, have you guys never look at some of the clear senators and some of their campaign ads. They have the weirdest campaign ads, like that crackpot Marjorie Taylor Greene. That crackpot, I saw some of her campaign ads with her rifles in it, and she's pow. It's a lot of them that have their rifles in them, and they're shooting. And what are they doing? They have a target audience, the people who are pro guns. So she's just working the people who are pro ass. She's just going for people who are pro ass. You guys, I didn't find a big issue with it. If you guys found an issue with it, I would love to know. I know I can see one like I said earlier, the fact that she's an educated black woman, and why not win the race based off of your principles, your whatever you're running on. Hell, maybe she was low in the polls and she's like, let me do something to get me a boost in the poll. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. I really don't know, but I don't have an issue with it. If you guys did have a little bit of an issue with it, definitely feel free to chime in and let me know. Was she wrong for doing it? Should she have done something else? Would you have done it if you were her? Chime in the comment section below. I want to hear everybody's thoughts and opinions. And with that, we're going to pause here and we're going to move on to the next story, you guys. All right, you guys. So the next story, let's do a follow-up on Britney Griner, you guys. So Britney Griner is still in Russia, you guys. And I did see that she pled, she went to court and she pled guilty. God, I really do feel bad for her. I saw her wife on TV. She was, doing it. She was doing at a public. She was doing a public speaking, talking about Britney. I know that woman has to be terrified. Like I said last week, it's one thing to be in jail in your home country, but it's a completely different thing when you're not in your home country and you're not in your home state, country, and you're somewhere else in prison and you're just fearful. So, like I said, she pled guilty to the charges, but also this week she wrote President Biden a letter, and she was just telling him, how scared she is, how she would, she needs his help, as well as she wants him to help the other Americans that are over there in Russia. The thing that I've said it, I said it last week, and I'll say it again. The thing for me with Russia is, I feel like what Russia is, and more specifically that little bitch, Vladimir Putin. I feel like what Vladimir Putin and his people are doing with Britney and the other Americans, I feel as if they are. I feel as if, like I said last week, I feel like this is a hostage situation or a negotiation situation, because there is someone here in the States that Russia does want. And I feel like Russia wants that man back, and they're holding Britney. I know it's Britney and it's another man over there. Now I don't know how many other Americans are over there, but I know it's Britney and it's another guy that they are trying to get back home. Britney was it was 4th of July. She was talking about how, she and her family celebrate the 4th of July. Her dad is he used to serve, and she wants to get back to her family. My heart goes out to her and her wife and everyone in their family. Brittany is going to need extensive therapy when she comes home, because I just, if I was her, I know that, the WNBA doesn't pay a whole lot. But I know at this point, when she does return, I would never go back to that Russian team ever again. Like, I would literally never go back and play in Russia if it just wouldn't be worth it for me. And you guys know she faces, like with this charge, she faces up to 10 years in prison. And I would love to know, like in Russia, I would love to know how they treat their own citizens for this same charge. Is it as severe as what they're doing with Britney? Like, I just want to know, I wonder if it's as severe. That's the question that I have. Is it as severe? So I'm looking at the news. Current GMA is on, and they're actually talking about her now. They're talking about her pleading guilty. Ugh. It's terrible, you guys. She says she pleads guilty, but she did not intend to break any Russian laws. Oh, God. Let's pray for her, you guys. Let's lift Brittany up in prayer. Yeah, we're going to pray for Brittany. But you guys, I want to pause here and I want to move forward. All right, you guys, so next story up, let's talk about that damn Ray J. Ray J is going to make sure that he stays in the blogs, right? Even after the verses, Ray J is like, shit, I'm going to make y'all niggas still talk about me. Well, that's what we're doing. We're still talking about Ray J. So, on top of the verses and, his terrible performance that he gave at the verses, Ray J is once again in the blogs. This time, he went and got a tattoo of Brandy. And I was like, okay, he loves his sister. When you really think about Brandy and Ray J and their relationship, one party was like, that is so sweet that they love each other that much. Their brother and sister, they love each other that much. But then there's another side of it that's like, well, damn. That seems a little bit extreme. So, like I said, Ray J got a tattoo of Brandy put on his body this week. And, oh my God, when I saw that tattoo, I mean, it's her face and it's on his thigh. The tattoo wouldn't have been so bad if he didn't have things written all over her face. I was just like, what the hell is that? But then the other thing that threw me was her eyes. Her eyes were bloodshot red. And then I was like, oh God, that tattoo looks very demonic. Like the tattoo is a demonic looking ass tattoo. I was like, absolutely not. Like, I love my brothers, all four of them, and I love my sister. But I'd be hot damn. And they're living. The thing is, Brandy is living. So it's not like Brandy is, not among us anymore. She's still here. So why go get the tattoo is ugly as fuck. And she said I don't believe Brandy like that. There is no way Brandy could like that tattoo. There is absolutely no way humanly possible that she likes that tattoo, because that motherfucking tattoo is ugly. Ugh. And Ray J actually paid for that. You paid for that tattoo. Once again, a tattoo is just if you take away the red eyes, like, so it look like she's hot, but really and truly on his skin. So she's a I just wonder, why did he put all that shit on her face? So it makes her look like a rocker who is high or possessed by a demon. Okay. I couldn't be me, wouldn't be me. Again, like I said, I love my siblings, but I'm just not going to put their face on my body. If I put anybody's face on my body, it's going to be my mom or my grandmother or my great-grandmother. But even then, I'm still probably, I'm 9 times out of 10, I'm not doing that either. The one thing that I always think about when it comes to getting a tattoo of someone's face, it's, will this look like the actual person? Because I saw some tattoos of people, and I'm like, is that really them? Because it don't look like them. Like when somebody, I saw a tattoo of someone that got Kobe on them. That didn't look like Kobe. Actually, that was not Kobe. I don't know who that gentleman was, but it wasn't Kobe Bryant. It wasn't Kobe Bryant at all. But let me know if you guys saw that demonic ass tattoo. Did you see it? What did you think of it? And also, let me know, would you do something like that? Minus those eyes and the writing on Brandy's face and forehead. Would you guys, do something like that for your siblings? Would you get them tattooed on you? Siblings, parents, or even your children. Would you get them tattooed on you, especially if they're still living? I think that's the weirdest part, is that Brandy is still living. But we're going to pause here, you guys, and we're going to wrap up this week's Hot Topics. All right, you guys. So the last story is a bit of a congratulations, you guys. So we got to say congratulations to our girl, Rihanna. So on top of Rihanna being a brand new mother, so congratulations to her that, Rihanna is also now, I think, the youngest self-made billionaire in the U.S. That's right. She is the youngest self-made. Didn't they say a few years ago that Kylie Jenner was a self-made billionaire? Like, girl, she ain't self-made. Kylie Jenner, but I'm not talking about her, Rihanna. Let's Rihanna. You gotta give it up. You gotta give it up to Rihanna, because Rihanna has done a lot. She's really done a lot to brand herself outside of music. So, she has Fenty Beauty. I was about to literally say Renner Beauty. Renner, you knew what you were doing when you came up with that name, but Fenty Beauty, Savage Fenty, all the things that she has, Rihanna has done it. So you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I'm gonna go ahead now and say it. I don't think we're getting any music from Rihanna. There's no music coming no time soon from Rihanna. Rihanna, the more her businesses exceed, is the more I'm like, yep, that music thing, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Cut. Done. On to the next. So yeah, it's a wrap, you guys, for the music with Rihanna. For now. But hell, Rihanna is, how old is Rihanna? Rihanna is just a year or two older than I am. So Rihanna is what, 34, 35? Rihanna, I think Rihanna is 34 years old. I mean, she can come back in a few years. I feel like probably by the time her baby is at least 3 or 4. Damn, girl, you know what, Rihanna? I'm gonna leave you alone. Like I just said a minute ago, the music ain't coming no time soon from her, so it is what it is, you guys. But that's all I got for you guys this week. Yeah, this week's Hot Topics is kind of short, you guys, but let me know what you guys thought about everything that we've discussed. Leave your comments, subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, and share the video, you guys. You guys, we do this every single Friday, same time, same place, same channel. And I'm your host, JB, and until the next time, you guys, stay safe, take care of yourselves, wash your hands, wear a mask, you guys, socially distance, be blessed, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.